Welcome to Jonez Garage. This is episode 20. Let's see what we get done this week. So I ordered some fender bolts and they finally showed up. So let's get these fenders actually bolted on. I had them temporarily mounted, but let's get them bolted down good. So each fender is going to get 6 bolts. And then it's got one threaded already. I checked the threads on that. They're 5/16 24. So that's just what I'm going to run everything. So I ordered some 5/16 24 Avecto. They look the same as these are original bolts. Like you can see how nasty these things are. Like, and there's some mix match ones, obviously from over the years. But these are the new ones. I sandblasted some of the old ones, but I want to get some nice fresh stuff on here for now. When I do a final assembly after it's painted, I put another set of new ones on, and I'll just keep these for other projects. But up top, we got to put bolts in, and then there's a stud on the inside. There's actually a hole for it. There, you can see it. So I'll get a nut put on it. And then it also gets bolted in behind the grill, but like I said in previous videos, I'm gonna do something different there. So I don't know if I'll get to that today, but that might be another. I might do a whole video just on whatever I'm gonna do in there, but at least if I get these top ones bolted on, like I can still keep using a vice grip down here. Or maybe I'll just put a bolt in here and that will be sufficient enough to hold it in place while I continue with the rest of what I want to do to it. I patched this core, so I'm actually I'm gonna have to drill a hole to get the first bolt in. So right now I'll just get the 5. This back one's threaded already. Then as you can see under here, where all the bolts come through, I think eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in these openings and I'm gonna weld a nut. So then I don't have to, put a nut under here and a bolt up top. Like I just wanna put the bolt in and that's where it's gonna be. Because these fenders are gonna be, they're pretty close to where I want them, but once they're like, I'm like, okay, this is where they're staying. I'm gonna drill holes and I'm gonna weld 1/4-inch pins. So the fenders are always gonna go on and off in the same spot. So then these nuts too will also hold it in the same spot. Because I don't want every time I take this on and off doing body work, I'm not gonna want to be aligning it every time. So that's why I'll be pinning them. Sorry it wasn't recording, but I got the bolts on, and then I got the washers and nuts on now underneath. That's what's annoying recording with these iPhones and being all by yourself, is because you don't know you think you hit the record button and then you didn't. I just want to make sure everything's still good before I tighten it all up. Perfect. Now I'm going to tighten everything up. Drill a hole real quick. So now we got all the top bolts in. All we're missing is these inner ones. There's no holes drilled up there because I had to patch that. We're missing the bolt that goes on the inner fender and underneath. This one I'm going to weld a nut to the bottom of the rocker or whatever you want to call this. Because there was like a, I don't know what it's called, but there was like a nut that just floats in there, but it fell out. I think when I removed the fender, it was just so rusted it all just came out of there. And then I don't know if I'm gonna even reuse this, but I just want to show you guys where the stock, like where the factory stud is. You can access it on the inside of the car, or you can come underneath. Normally, you can't actually get to it because I don't have that piece on. But this is normally blocked off. There's a piece of metal that comes in here, like inner wheel well type thing. So you can't normally get to this. You have to go through the car. There's a plug. And then, yeah, there's normally 3 more. But if you see, I got these shims. If you didn't see the last videos, this fender is off a 65, and I don't know if the fender's longer or if this core is in. Like, I can actually fit my finger in between here. So I don't want to press them together because I don't want to be forcing a different bend on the outside of the fender. So I'll probably drill out these spot welds and move this back to the core. I might grab a slide hammer and hit a couple times, but we'll see. But I want to bring, like, it's down, so I got to bring it up a little bit. So really, it should sit like this. You can see how much that moves. It even messes with the gap. So, but I want to try to keep a consistent gap, even on both sides. So it sits about there. Now let's get the driver's side done. All right, now we got the driver's side all bolted on, all new hardware. Well, minus behind the grill, and I didn't get that bolt in there either, but we got these up here, so now the fender's gonna stay pretty much. Everything still lines up. Got good gaps still, both sides. So now I just want to get a bolt temporarily on here, get rid of this clamp, so now I can put the lower valance on. See how much that springs back. I don't like having force on any of this stuff, so I'm just gonna gently, like, this is where I'm gonna want it at. I'm gonna keep those shims in there, but first I'm just gonna get the nuts started on the back. So the shims are just because there's a gap. For now, I'm gonna get this all fixed, but I just wanted this to be clamped in place for now. And I don't want the vice grip in the way. I'm gonna do the driver's side now. So the driver's side fits flush. There's no gap or nothing. It fits how it should. I'm gonna leave the clamp on right now just so I can get this in place without moving it. Have that thing on there tight. So now there's some bolts on the bottom of the fenders. So now that I got the fenders and hood where I want them, I want to try to bring this grill out a little bit. Really, you can only adjust the grill left and right, so I'm going to have to shim it. I just want this to flow a little bit better because right now, like you can see the grill's way in. I want it to come right off the fender. And I want these corners to be right there, but I can't really bring the fender back because I need these body lines to line up. So I got to bring the grill out. Same thing with on this side. I want the grill to fit in here way better. Same thing with these body lines. This hood I'm going to end up adding some metal to it to bring it to this part. But here I can't really do anything with that. So like I'm lining this up because then I can add. So yeah, let's see. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's video. Sorry I had camera issues and microphone issues. I turned the microphone around now so there's a green dot I can see, but I'm trying to figure out how long they last and stuff. I try to keep them charged, but um, fenders are bolted in. I was messing with the grill. I'll show you a closer up of this, but I really want to get this grill out. I was trying to explain it in the video, but the microphone was off. So I want it to be, well, the headlights are holding it. Want it to fit about this, so then the fenders and hood flow into the grill, and I'll make the fenders and hood fit to the grill because the grill you can't really modify. But I'll move the grill out this way and then get the headlights moved. We'll do that next week's video. Thank you guys for tuning in. 460 subscribers now. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I've been a little burnt out the last couple weeks. Like it's a lot, filming, working, editing. It's a lot to think about. Like normally when you're working on the car, you're not thinking about, oh, where do I put the camera? What do I say and stuff. So like you get a lot more done when you're not filming. So I'm still going through these learning steps of all this stuff. And then I shouldn't have added different social medias too. Like I should just stick with YouTube. But we'll see. But I am on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram. So give those a follow. But my main focus is going to be YouTube. And I'm probably going to slow back on posting on and interacting on all those other platforms because ultimately YouTube's the platform I want to be on. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for sticking through here. This week I want to do the grill. Next week I'll probably get the trunk put on, and I need to get my notebook. I need to start writing some stuff down and get into it. Sorry I've been burnt out the last 2 weeks. I hope you guys had a good holiday weekend, 4th of July, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.